Hello and welcome to episode 51 of our Ostriv Alpha 5 Let's Play. Today we have a brand new patch as of a couple days ago, Alpha 5 Patch 5, and we've got some exciting new additions I thought would be fun to take a quick look at as we revisit our town with currently a 2,625 population, over 100 years in-game since that has been established. So, right off the bat, looking at the patch notes, I am so excited for this. You can now hide the UI by pressing H. I have wanted this since literally the day I first played this game in March of 2020. So very, very glad to see that. Of course, you bring it right back by pushing H. But other fun things that have been added, there's been some improvements to the carts and the wagon sheds in terms of prioritization and having some organization related to that. A couple of changes in how the stone paths will mold around buildings and various objects. New row house designs with something that the game is calling an arcade, like a covered walkway, not really a veranda kind of thing, because it's not like a actual pavement on the bottom. It's just got the path under it. But I think that's going to be a fun way to add some visual interest to our construction here. And more importantly, interestingly, not having those stairs jut out, so you can actually, I think, we'll test this, but I think we can build the stone paths right up to those. That's going to be fun. Got a pair of new fences, one out of wood, one out of brick, which I'm sure we'll take good advantage of. And then also stone bridges, which of course is going to require us to probably import some more stone here, but we'll do that in a little bit. And that's going to be so nice to have a couple of other options for different things in our town. This is going to look really, really nice. We'll make a couple of aesthetic changes, and then we're not going to start a new one just yet, but there is a brand new map with unlimited resources and a nice lake, quote unquote, from the patch notes. So we might end up next time we start a playthrough on that one, whether that is Alpha 6 or if we get another patch to Alpha 5 that is significant enough to warrant dumping all this and starting over from scratch. We'll get to that when we get there. And of course there's standard issue bug fixes and everything else. But man, there is just so much interesting stuff here. I just wanted to take a brief moment, not going to be an hour-long episode or anything, but, well, you already know how long it is because you clicked on the video and you can see the time. I don't know how long it is because I haven't edited the video yet. But I digress. We've got all sorts of stuff to get to. I kind of want to replace these bridges with the stone ones, but they are, suffice to say, just a little glitched, just a touch. So I don't think we want to mess with these. I think we want to just leave these alone. Don't even click on them because something might end up broken. Keep in mind, I've been playing this map since literally the day Alpha 5 launched, and this has been through so much. Not necessarily the game's fault this stuff is broken. It's just this is a very old map that has a lot of playtime on it, and we have quite literally abused it to the point of failure multiple times. Like, see, like right here, this geometry got just a little bit messed up. So we're just going to leave this like this and go do something else. We're not going to worry about it. But I do want to find a couple of places to maybe put in a couple of these nice stone bridges. And there's not really a lot of places that I think would be necessary to do that. Man, I want to replace this so bad, but I'm so afraid to get rid of these bridges might cause some instability. But anyway, it's so cool to see stuff get updated in this game. I want to do so much stuff. I know we don't have a lot of time necessarily to dive into this because people don't really want to see the same continuation of this whole playthrough. But I did want to make sure that we took a little bit of time to appreciate the effort that's gone into this, because this is a great game, and people developing it obviously in Ukraine are having a whole lot of stuff to deal with, and the fact that they can keep updating this is just amazing, and very, very appreciative of those folks. Wish them health and safety and all of that good stuff. So I want to put one of these brick archways, but I'm not really sure where would be a great spot for it. We already have these paths here. I'm pretty sure if I wanted to, I could remove a path without any consequence, but I don't really know where to just put this thing. We could, I suppose, find a choke point of sorts and just say, like, right here actually probably would be a pretty good spot. Except we still have a fine rotation with the Control R key. I could put something maybe right about here, but I mean, this doesn't really fit right there, and all of this is so built up. I would love to put it here, but this is Again, completely outsized. I didn't think that would be that wise of an idea. So, I don't know, if we come up with something organically, maybe that will make sense. But what I really am interested in is this brick fence. Let's find a nice open spot so I can show you what these look like. Because these models look pretty good. Here we go. This ought to work fine. So, brick fence. Really nice stonework here with some, it looks like the wrought iron bars and stuff here. Now, of course, it's going to have that same kind of whitewashed lime wash. It's not really a paint, but you get the idea. That kind of consistency to it matches very nicely with the row houses. It's not completely the same because these have a little bit of a different look to them, but that's going to look really great once we can get that in there. And then, of course, we have the other fence. This, to me, looks almost like kind of clapboard siding on a frame with a little bit of a little roof structure here. So that's cool. We'll end up using that at some point, kind of like a privacy fence almost. But we'll go ahead and get rid of these so we don't just leave these sitting kind of in the middle of nowhere. But I would like to do a little bit of aesthetic remodeling as soon as the game is finished performing its calculations. As it always does, on a year-old save file with the better part of 3,000 residents. So we'll let it think, and we'll be back when that's done. All right, so the game is done thinking. Oh, never mind. No, it's not, but we can, now we don't have to wait for that anymore. I would like to try and do a little bit of decorating, sprucing up this area. Maybe try to replace some of these fences with the stone ones. I think that might look kind of nice. So let's take this fence here. And I'm going to delete one segment at a time so we don't lose the plot, or so they say. So let's just find ourselves... I think I can actually get this almost to merge with the building. Looks kind of cool. If I could just get that place occupied done. Yeah, so we get rid of that. That looks pretty snazzy. I mean, it's not perfectly square, but hey, you know what? Who cares? It looks cool, and that's what matters. So we'll just do the same exact thing over here. Pop in the corner. And then get this right in line with the building. And there you go. That is a great looking fence. Like a wall kind of almost. Adds a little bit of privacy here and a little bit of class to the other side. Makes it feel a little bit more built up. So we'll do the same thing here. And just make some incremental improvements. Enjoy some of the new stuff. And then I suppose... we'll have to end this episode with our traditional building of some additional row houses with the new designs. I think that sounds like fun. But again, oh, the game's thinking again. Not going to be a huge episode. We'll just do a couple fun things, and then you guys can let me know how you feel about continuing this, either live streams or videos, or just starting fresh, or just waiting until we get a huge major update again. But yeah, that is already such a huge visual upgrade. The striking white against the stone and the grass and everything is very, very good looking. Now, this right here is going to be interesting because this is multiple segments. I'm not sure it's going to let me get away with this, but we will see. I think if I'm careful with this, and the game doesn't think itself to death, trying to deal with this incredibly old save file. Again, I'm not going to blame the game. You really should not be using the same file across the entirety of a whole thing here. But we'll get this. All right, Mr. Cartman, you got to get out of the way here. Yeah, just connect this one little bit at a time. Wait for them to do everything they have to do, and then just move right along. The one thing I kind of don't like is that the branches just kind of phase through the bricks. It's not as big of a deal with these because, you know, it's a fence with slats. Like, you're gonna have plant growth going through those in real life, no matter what. I am sure that will eventually get addressed, and if it doesn't, you know, it's not the end of the world. It's just a purely visual thing, and I think we can all live without that just fine. So what kind of, like, how close? Maybe I just want to come to about here so it's not too crazy. But that looks really good. I mean, aside from this not being a perfect semicircle, quarter circle, whatever you want to call it. That is a huge visual upgrade, have that wall there. I really, really like that a lot. And of course, right here probably could be another good opportunity for that, but I think this is honestly probably okay. Just wanted to have a little bit of a separation for this thing right here because I think that looks cool. And we can go ahead and move right along to some other stuff. We built this kind of, what do you want to call this, row house inception here, row house ring within a row house ring. And there's not really too much else we can do with this because it's pretty well just built. But I would love to continue building out this area. Not in this episode because we're not really set up with all that stuff. But I think it could be fun. We have these big fences here. If we replaced these with these brick fences, I'm going to call it a wall. I know it's not a wall. It's technically whatever, but I think that would be fantastic. And I kind of want to. Yeah, okay, I can get away with that, but I don't know if it's going to crash the game if I try to overlay too much stuff on top of one thing or the other. So if I come right here, just right next to this, and I just come right along like so, it might not necessarily be perfectly straight, but I think that wall is going to look a whole lot better than just having this fence here. So if we get rid of that, yeah, look at that. Look at that. That is actually, yeah, it seems like a nice, elegant privacy for a cemetery. Graves surrounding a church, maybe just a few too many graves. Just a few. But we've got all sorts of fun stuff we can get into. And we do need to have more burial plots, so maybe we'll take just a second here to add some more in a moment. I just wanted to see if I could improve this ever so slightly with a nice wall, and I think we have done that quite effectively. Now we have some trees here that I don't think is this square? Probably not. Well, I don't think we need to care. You'll notice in the forestry we have options to mark trees for removal, unmark them, mark trees for protection and stuff. I didn't touch on this in the patch notes, but now you can resize this circle here with F1, F2. F1 makes it smaller, F2 makes it bigger. So you can actually paint a pretty sizable area of trees for removal without too much fuss. You used to have to individually click these trees, if you can believe it. If you've watched all these videos, then you know, because that's how that works. But now, this forestry has all of these trees to remove. They can get on that as they so choose and take these things out of here so we can continue doing landscaping. Speaking of landscaping, once these trees are gone, I think this could be a really good spot to put in our brick archways. Like, we have all this space here, and I want to try and have this set up in a way that looks like it's intentionally designed. It has a little bit of class, a little bit of elegance to it, befitting of a house of worship here. So if we just line this up really nicely here, put a little bit, I think a tiny bit more rotation on it. Again, it's not really going to matter. It's not like people were out here in, well, okay, this is 1822, but the game is officially set in 18th century Ukraine in the early mid 1700s. So I don't think people were out there with laser levels in 1721 when the game starts. So I think we can be a little bit lenient on placement and alignment of stuff. But like right here, when I put this arch in, I can't really hook up to it quite yet. But once that's built, I think we can just kind of morph this in, close this whole thing off a little bit, and then move on, make some other nice looking stuff. I think that's going to be quite nice. We can put a pathway around the gazebo and do a little bit more stuff. But all this stuff takes time. And when the game is as aged, this playthrough specifically, not the game itself, but when this is as aged of a thing as it is, you kind of don't want to kick the hornet's nest. you get what I'm saying? So we can spend a little bit of time doing some other stuff, let them take care of that. I did mention about the new and improved dialogue box for special deliveries, which now have their own check mark if you hadn't noticed before. But we don't have anything going on, so we're not going to see that. I'm not entirely sure how to get that to work. I just saw it in the patch notes, and then I loaded up the game and said, hey, let's go. So you guys know how that works. Of course, we got help text. I think a lot of these have been updated and expanded, which is nice to see. For new players to the game and for people who've been playing this game forever like me who still somehow don't know how a lot of this stuff works. But I digress. We'll go ahead and I want to find a good spot for a stone bridge. And I feel like we just have so many wooden bridges. I'm not going to get rid of them. Don't worry. I do not want to destabilize anything. But if we could find just one place that might work for a stone bridge that also looks good. I mean, we pretty much have it covered, honestly. With the possible exception... Okay, Drakhachi is here. Can we get away with... I mean, can we take advantage of our good business relationship and sell them a whole bunch of stuff? Because, boy, howdy, do we have a lot. Let's make some money, folks. Let's sell these guys a whole bunch of stuff. Sunflower oil, we're not really making enough. That's one of those things that we should fix. But I'm not sure I want to put in a whole bunch of time and effort into rebalancing the crop fields if we're going to end up moving on from this in a couple of weeks or months anyway. And we don't really make too many videos on this as it is. But if we take a look at our crops, we don't have any potatoes in storage because we just go through those things like gangbusters. I know it's June. We're going to have a harvest in another maybe 2.5 months. But we do have some cash reserves, so I think it probably would be smart. Nope, okay, that's 100,000, not 10,000 that I typed. There we go. 4 zeros gets you 10,000, kids. 4 zeros. So we'll get 10,000 potatoes. Lime, we're okay for right now. Everything else seems to be doing okay. I think we're fine. And we come over here. This area that we had kind of started making before, I think is going to end up needing to be a little bit more farming based. We do have the farm right here, and we have this farm right here. We also right here have 4 chicken coops, I think. Yeah, we got those guys set up pretty well here. Got a granary and warehouse and all that stuff. We just need some more houses. But if we take a look at all this stuff, we actually have more people already than jobs available. That'll get fixed when harvest season comes in-game in a month, in 2 days or whatever it is. But we don't really need to build so many houses as we do just kind of rebalance some job opportunities and things. Like, there's really not too much to do over here, short of being a laborer somewhere else. And honestly, using the whole map is very hard when you have this much extra space. So we kind of just have to see what's going on here. Now, they have not done any of this. I think it's probably because we're just on single time speed. So if we very carefully remove this pine tree, very carefully go into triple speed and just kind of sit here for a little bit, we should see our construction workers show up. Hopefully. I see some guys walking, although they could just be foresters. Yeah, it looks like they are. But here we go. We got a guy supplying the job site, so that's nice to see. Of course, once they start building this, we will slow this down so we can watch them build all the little segments, because that's one of the really great things about this game, is that there's so much detail, so much care put into rendering each step of the building process. I just think it's fantastic. They've done a wonderful, wonderful job with this. So we are just about, minus the sand, which I think this guy is probably bringing right now, unless it's more bricks. Okay, well, that's fine. We've got enough going on, I suppose. But all the resources are collected. They just have to be delivered, and then the construction can start. I don't want to zoom through it, so I will very, very careful here just as soon as all these are out. I think this guy's going to start building, so let's slow down. I can't zoom in anymore, unfortunately, but we'll watch him. Like, he carries the stacks of bricks. Like, come on, man. Like, you're going to tell me this is not a good game? Stop it. It is just so much fun to watch. It's just a really, really enjoyable, really, really well done labor of love. I think the guy's been working on this for a decade at this point. Yeah, 2024 would be 10 years. Like, just look at that. That is so cool looking. It's got a really nice craftsmanship to it. I'm continuously impressed. Every time this game gets an update, it's just magnificent. But it looks like this guy's just going to do it all himself. So that will be taken care of. I think the whitewashing should get applied here in just a moment as soon as we get these little roofing tiles on. And then we're going to be in really good shape. It's going to look fantastic. And we can start, I guess, enclosing the rest of this graveyard, get everything taken care of. Yeah, that is, yep, there it goes. And it's got the little pathway underneath it already, so that is Really, really nice looking. Now let's go ahead and remember, first of all, where the pavement is. It's right here. And I'm just going to go ahead and build this right here. Give it a little bit more or less the minimum width necessary. And then come over on the other side and do that as well. Yeah, slow and steady wins the race. You don't have to rush. I know sometimes some of you criticize me playing turbo mode Timberborn all the time, but that series is kind of like drinking through a fire hose. Ostriv, you can take your time. You can actually sit here and enjoy the process of playing the game and seeing all the care that goes. Not to say Timberborn doesn't deserve that, but there's a lot more at stake in the beaver game when you have bad water and needs that need to be continuously taken care of, versus this game that's substantially more laid back, and you can enjoy the process and the attention to detail perhaps a little bit more, even though you do still have to feed your people here. Right? It's not quite as much of an ordeal. So let's see here. Yeah, pavement that should connect pretty nicely. If it doesn't, we'll get it fixed, but I believe it should connect. In the patch notes, it did indicate that they had done some changes to how the stone pavement reacts to stuff. But let's go ahead. Now that this is built, I did say we're going to come in with the brick fence and kind of get this going. That is occupied, so I wonder how close I can actually get here. It looks like that might actually be the ticket, folks. I think we're just going to kind of have to trust the process here. Wait, can I overlay on top of fence on fence? We kind of already did that already. But I would like for this to be... Oh, it's so close. Do I just kind of leave a gap here, or do I not? Do I see if there is anywhere that this lines up? Okay, so that's too long. Yeah, I think what we're going to have to do is just kind of leave a little bit of space here, just the way this is looking. But we got to come in and we got to finish this side at least. Get this. There we go. Look at this. Look at that. That's going to look quite nice. We actually could probably back this out and bevel the corner. Might look pretty nice if I did that right there. I think that's going to be the ticket, folks. Look at that. Nice little 45-ish degree thing here. So that was right in the middle of this third headstone in. Yeah, so we get rid of this. Just take a second here and, first of all, remember where that is. I said the third headstone in. Right when it switched, there we go. And then that goes like so. It doesn't have as many pillars as this guy, but, I don't think that looks bad. I think that's actually quite nice. Do we want to plant some trees? Of course we want to plant some trees. Lovely maples right here. Maybe just put one here. How close can we get? Right there. So that's going to be 3, and then I will put a 4th. And then that was in between these two, right? Okay, we'll come over here and do the exact same thing. I hope I can fit 4 trees. Shouldn't be any reason we can't. There we go. Yeah, so that's going to look pretty nice when those trees are put in and they're fully grown. Going to make this look substantially nicer. We, of course, also keep clicking the wrong thing 3 times now. We can put more paths out this way and then maybe some benches. I think that might be nice, actually. Let's do that. Just a little bit of finishing happening here. Just to take some time to enjoy ourselves here. Yeah, we'll put one more in on this side, and then we'll put in some benches, maybe a couple birdhouses. Create some nice spots for sitting and reflecting. Proper use of a cemetery. We've got still the 2 benches. I like this one. So we'll pop this in. Maybe rotate just a touch. Oh, the benches have the stones under them now. That is fantastic. That is a new development. So I will, I think, be able to get away with that right there. Then we can come back with the birdhouse. There are those of you, oh, I'm so close. So close, but so far. There are those of you who have your appreciation for the birdhouse. I want to make sure you feel heard and appreciated. So we'll put that in here. I believe that's the correct orientation. Just right like that. And then come in with the second bench. And right there. I think that's going to be nice, folks. That is going to look pretty spiffy. And we'll come right over here and do just about the same thing. I don't trust myself quite enough to put all of this in at once, but I keep rotating the wrong way. There we go. I'll put this in right there, and then we'll pop this second bench right like so. And that, friends, is going to be pretty nice. They are going to be working on doing these pavements, so I think we can leave them alone for the time being. Drakhachi does not have any stone for us to buy, although we do currently have almost 8,000. I think we can build a short stone bridge for about that much. Man, I just wish. I wish I could get rid of one of these, but I'm so afraid I'm going to break something. I just kind of don't want to mess with it. So it might be this isn't really a great place to put one of those, but there's gotta be, man. Gotta be somewhere. I mean, maybe here, but it really should be one of these main thoroughfares, even though this is already built up. Yeah, I just am, I'm beside myself. I want to build one of these so bad, but it's not going to look good. Not going to be exactly what we want. So I guess for the purpose of just, you know, building this, this wouldn't be the worst right next to this cemetery here. Too low, too low, too low. Ground proximity warning system. Pull up terrain. Where I can't build it here anyway. Okay. Man, the three of you who actually play flight sim or have flown airplanes are really gonna probably not appreciate that joke as much as it should be. And the rest of you will have no idea what I'm talking about. Yeah, where am I going to put this, man? I know if I get rid of this, bad things are going to happen. But I don't want to, I definitely don't want to build this in stone because I guarantee you I don't have enough. So maybe, oh, we don't have one over here and we probably will want one eventually. So why don't we, just to say that we can, the stone bridge to nowhere. What kind of... Okay, that place is occupied because I'm too close. Okay, so that'll be 6,700 if we come down. Okay, that actually looks kind of busted. Let's not do that. Maybe just one more spot right about here. Is that going to be at least reasonably flat? I think that might be okay. Let's just move this here, rotate. Oh, you know what? That could actually look decent. I do appreciate that it maps to height, but at the same time, like you can get some crazy, I don't know, British railroad viaduct from the 1800s vibes out of this kind of stuff. Or what is it? Those oh man, oh what are those things called? Narrow boats in the canals, and I think is that Wales? They have those canals. I think they're in a couple different areas, but. I don't know. I saw a bunch of videos I think it was last year. We'll just put this bridge here. 11,700 stone. Yes, we do not have that much stone. We will get it because I am determined to build this bridge because I think it's going to look really, really cool. So let's check these guys out. I think they're the ones that have stone. I should just print out the chart. Well, a viewer of the channel made a chart of who has what resources and who wants what resources. I really do need to print that out and just tack it up next to my computer when I'm playing the game so we can make good use of all that stuff. But we will build this ridiculous, stupid bridge to nowhere in preparation for eventually putting some other stuff in here. But I'm so excited to get all this other stuff in. I love this game so much, man. It's so good. So I'll tell you what. Let's set this to 12 times speed, and we'll have them build these paths here, and we'll see what we can get ourselves into, and hopefully they can build all these before too much gets into trouble here. So while we are waiting, just want to remind you, yes, we are going to keep making Ostriv videos. No, it's probably not going to be weekly. But I do very much want your feedback on these. If you want to see more, if you don't want to see more, whatever, please do always let me know, because I want to make sure I'm putting in stuff that you guys actually want to watch, because there's plenty of stuff left to do in this. I just don't think it's engaging enough to necessarily have a regular appearance at 51 episodes in. But let's go ahead and check. Yeah, give me the stone. How much money do I have? Can I buy? I don't need to buy 49,000. Let's buy 20,000. 20,000 stone. We'll bring that in, and I think oh wow, we can actually export tack, but I'm not going to, because we only have 20 left in storage. Clothing, we're making so much clothing, man. We got to be able to get some of this out of here. Sunflower oil, we don't really have enough to sell. Textile, one of these things I remember we had a ton of, and I don't. Wow, we have so much leather. We could 25 cents each. Man, we ought to be exporting some leather, man. That's a considerable amount of money to be made. Lime-wise, we're looking okay. So I guess that is okay. This pavement, and this pavement, and then the legendary stone bridge. But of course, go ahead and start wrapping this up, because this is not really enough to justify a whole hour video. But I am very interested in building these new row houses with the arcades. So we're going to have to see. I think do we have enough windows? Oh yeah, we have almost 15,000 window glass. I think we're going to be okay. But the row house with the arcade, I believe if we can find a good spot for it, we'll be in really good shape. I kind of want to just, like lump it in with this, but the building's like the same enough size. I kind of feel like that's not going to be the best option. I also don't know, does this have a store inside of it? I can't imagine it does. It's already taken up so much of the bottom floor space for this arcade thing. So maybe right around here isn't the best spot. I know we got a lot more to build over here, so we're going to want to make sure we take a good amount of time to figure what we're doing out here before we actually go and make stuff. But I think this area in general would be a pretty good spot for one of these arcade type things, maybe with a marketplace. Even if most of the stuff is still served with the stores, it is nice to see the stalls and different things. So I kind of want to just, make a line of these. Maybe line it up kind of with this. We'll leave the back doors where they are, but I kind of want to just not haphazardly, that's the wrong term, but just have these set up in a way where they can just kind of coexist without being overly planned or fake feeling. I'm going to try to line these up really well, because these arcades should look pretty cool when they're all in a row. So I got those two, and then I believe, yeah, let me get the 2-story with the arcade. When I hear arcade, I think of not slot machines, that's a casino. Pinball machines and those video games and stuff like that. But obviously arcade, it was called that because of the history of the actual term arcade being like an area where people would walk to get somewhere, or have like some sort of thoroughfare kind of thing. So that is what it is. I am not a linguist, but sometimes I do have an approximate knowledge of some of that kind of stuff. But I think this looks great. This looks great with these paths in here like this. I'm very, very satisfied with that. It looks like these benches connected here, and these did not. So I'm going to go ahead and remove these after it's done performing its calculations. And we'll just nudge these a tiny bit closer to see if we can get them to actually connect here. And yep, that was a success. That will fit quite nicely. And there we go. All right, that's going to look really good. We could plant some more bushes, maybe a couple of trees. They planted those? They did. Very nice. So now we get to watch the world's most impractical, pointless, waste of resources bridge made just for the express purpose of seeing something really cool in game. So I'm going to time-lapse the building of the bridge and then the row houses here. And on the other side of that, which should be by the time I'm done talking, we will go ahead and say goodbye for this episode. So for the time being, enjoy this, and I'll talk to you again soon. All right, and look at this. I know it's still wintertime, but having the HUD hidden is really nice for a time-lapse. I should have done it at the very start, but this is such a fantastic look with this arcade here. Let's just take a quick look, kind of straight down. I can't get any lower, so I kind of have to get far away, but look at that. You can actually see through here. And this is going to be really great when we can actually landscape this and take a little bit of time to make it look a little bit nicer. And we have these new roofing designs here that were teased in the previous update. Now they actually exist. That was one of the things that was fixed, is the things that were previously added were just not being built by the game. So it's good to see that is working. I love like this kind of scroll work right here. It's just little simple details, but it looks really nice. They've done a very, very good job. So let's take a look at these buildings. Oh, we do have stores. All of these have a store on the bottom. Wow. Okay. So we actually have the ability to have them sell stuff. That is cool. Automatic resource slot filling doesn't seem to do anything because we don't really have anything over here for them to do. But this is right kind of in front of the church. So I had kind of envisioned having this be kind of like a mini town square kind of thing. We obviously still have to kind of enclose this. But let's, we're never going to have enough plots for burial, just period, point blank. So that's just the way it is. Can I guess I just have to figure out which one of these was the last one we put in. 1816, 1817, and that's the very first one, died in 1724. So we are currently 6 years behind on these burial plots, so I don't think we're going to be able to make any more of those and actually have it catch up with anything. So with that being said, I am, oh, that wasn't quite lined up with the church. I am going to go ahead and just kind of, I think eyeball this maybe right about here. And we'll just put that right there, kind of create the churchyard like so. And then actually we can make use in these last couple of minutes, mark all of these trees right here for removal, so those go away, and get those guys rocking and rolling there. But if we can get this put in place and we can just kind of enclose this whole bit here and have it actually look more or less kind of finished, I think that would look nice. Now, we're not going to get this exactly perfect, quote unquote, because of how I have this currently set up here, but I believe that's not going to be quite enough. I will just have this come out like so, and then that will it'll end up just more or less popped in. I could actually maybe get away with, ooh, almost. I'm going to make this a little bit longer, and now the snow is actually melting. So I think I'm going to be able to, get away with it. If I bring this in, maybe right about there. I hope it doesn't end up meshing strangely with that thing. But if I did this, I think I can live with that. I can tolerate that. I think that'll be okay. That's just slightly too close. But that, friends, that is going to look pretty good. I think right about there. We will let that be that. bring this to right about here, and then just come across like that. It is not perfect, no, but what is this? What is this? Oh, come on. It's not perfect, but it'll work. And that actually does look kind of like it was intended to be that way, except this radius, it's not really radius, it's not a curve, but this angle is a little bit not ideal. But look at this. This actually looks pretty respectable. I think we can be pretty happy with that. So all we have to do now is that's the wrong thing again. We actually have to get this hooked in. I'll go here to maybe here-ish, up to here. I think that should take care of our entrance path. And then we already have this is already a paved, well, it's an arcade, that's what it's called. But what if I was able to, oh, no way, really? It's going to let me do that? Okay, well, that's also kind of stupid to, like, block this off. But we've got a bunch of options for getting stuff figured out here. Make it look nicer. If we want to do another episode of this sometime soon, then we could do a little bit more detailing. But for all intents and purposes, I believe we've taken care of just about everything, except these people are moving out, which reminds me, we might as well build a couple stone... Might as well. I'll be here all week. And by all week, I mean videos every day for the next week. Surprise, it's back, but not permanently. I just got a bunch of stuff we got to take care of. If we put a well maybe right here, and then, oh, it doesn't have to be straight. I always fall into that trap. But we'll just put a couple of wells there, and then we'll figure something else out. But I really like these stone fences, brick fences, whatever you want to call it. I think that looks really, really nice. The new arcade row houses look really good as well. And just all those little details that they put into this game is just fantastic stuff. And who could forget our beloved stone bridge? I said this video wasn't going to be an hour, and it's still like pretty much close to it. If you paid attention during the construction of this, they actually built wooden forms in the art shape and used that to set their stones. That is such a nice detail to include. And I love this game so much. I'm so glad we have another update to it. Even if it is just, well, it's not just little tiny stuff. It's actually pretty substantial for the detailing and the immersion of having nice looking stuff. But just to get another update after a couple months, very encouraging. I really hope we can get a big major new alpha version soon, so we can start a brand new series and get going from the get-go. But yeah, that I think is about as good of a place as any to go ahead and call it for today. And we can get back to work with all of our other fun stuff. This came out on Friday, so the normal video series that you would have been expecting to see on Friday, I'm sure you're wondering what's going to happen with that. That video, the Folktales Hard Mode, will be coming out on Sunday, and the normal Sunday video, which is the Iron Teeth Mega Build, will come out on Monday instead to fill that empty slot. Tomorrow we've got a game a lot of you have asked for. Story mode on that one seems to be pretty fun. I played the first mission, but I'll do that over again on the first episode just so we get everything completed. Should be fun. Hope to see you there in that video, and of course all of our other series as well. We're starting a new Prison Architect on Wednesday, so it's going to be a really fun, jam-packed week here, and we're going to do some live streams, so hope to see you there this weekend. I'm going to try and do stream on Saturday, stream on Sunday. We'll see. Maybe I might even get to do one tonight being Friday night. So if you see the notification, hop on in, say hi. It's always a fun time playing Satisfactory, just relaxing and talking about random stuff in chat. But that is all the time we got for today. Thanks so much for joining me on this revisit to Ostriv, and I hope we'll see you again in another video soon. Don't forget, Beard Boosters, I have not forgotten about you. I'm thankful for you as well, and all of your contributions make it possible for me to keep doing this. It is an absolute joy, and I'm very thankful for you. So whatever it is, all of you that you're doing, stay safe, have fun, and we will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.